Today's episode is brought to you by Factor. Factor's got those good meals that are going to make you feel so good. Let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Ghost and Crendor.
Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studio. Recording.
Wake your ass up! It's the Crendor in the morning!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
Yeehaw.
Yeah? How you doing, partner?
I'm doing pretty darn tootin'.
Hell yeah, cowpoke. You rootin' and tootin' or just tootin'?
Probably just tootin'. There's been some occasional rootin' tootin'. But
Right, you don't want to get too caught up in the rootin' and the tootin'.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too much.
yeah, that's a little too much rootin' tootin' if you ask me.
I mean, I get it. I understand.
Yeah. How about you? Are you rootin' tootin'?
I'm doing all right. I am officially fully over a cold, feeling good. Life is great. Just like this is my tip to all the streamers out there who we know listen to this. We know you listen. We know
course.
you're tuning in for this. As like a good resource for streaming.
Yeah.
This past week or so, maybe like 2 weeks, I decided that I would take a bunch of TikTok brand deals. Because in my mind, I said, nice, a bunch of money to do 60 seconds or something? That sounds great. Let me tell you, it wasn't. It was a lot more work than you would think. And all three were due yesterday. So this entire week was like a sprint to the finish line trying to get stuff done with having no time to do it. It was great. It was good times. Good times.
Sounds like great times.
Yeah. It's a lesson I will say is that when you see like, here's what we need from you, 60 seconds of a video for TikTok. I'm like, awesome. In reality, it's like, it's going to take 4 days to make this.
Yeah.
Like, right. I forgot production was needed. You didn't just want me to go on there and be like, my name is Jesse Cox, and I like eating goobers. Yum, yum. Like, that's not a thing they wanted. They wanted another thing. Yeah, so who knew?
We really didn't like the way you said goobers. Can you like add a little emphasis to it? Also, maybe like splice in some shots of you like, eating the goober, like holding the goober, playing with the goober, taking it for a walk.
I'm not going to put them on blast, so I'm not going to say who.
Right.
But a friend of ours recently did branded content with a group that he works with. The horror stories I've heard of, they were like, hey, we want a celebrity who will be in this video. And they're like, cool, yeah, we can give you a bunch of celebrities that we can try and get involved. And wouldn't that be amazing? And they listed all these people. And the one they really wanted was Jack Quaid. They're like, Jack Quaid would be amazing. He's perfect for this. He fits right into the genre of what we're trying to do here. Fans would eat it up. Everyone would be so excited to see him do this. And the person who was responsible for the brand deal was like, I don't know who that is. And they're like, The Boys, Star Trek. He's done a bunch of, like, he's a super into the gaming space. Like, hilariously still had no clue. So they go through the whole process. They're sitting there trying their hardest to make this content. And they ended up going with like, I don't know, some DJ dude. I don't know who it was.
Right.
Everyone was just so disappointed, but like the person in charge loved the idea. There's no fan of this product, which I will not say. No fan's gonna be like, wow, I'm so excited. DJ Cool Kid was like the guy who promoted it. And it just sounded terrible. The whole thing sounded terrible. But the funniest part was at the end, when they were wrapping up, the person in charge was like, yo, on your recommendation, I started watching The Boys. It's really good. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, I would go crazy. I would be like, what's the matter with you? Yeah.
Yeah, I started watching.
That's the world we live in.
We should really get that guy.
He seems really talented. We should get him. Yeah, that's kind of I can only imagine. I would have lost my mind.
I mean, granted, we've been doing this 15 years.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So, like, the amount of times I've seen big company be like, we want to do it this way. And we're like, this probably isn't going to work. And then it doesn't work. And they're like, wow, why didn't it work? it's a lot.
I want to say they don't understand the space, but at this point, it has been 15 years. If you don't get it by now, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's a you problem. Like, it's a different beast than normal TV. And I've been watching a lot of normal TV lately, and on there is still a lot of the old school, what it used to be, but now they're trying to copy internet things and memes. And so it's news doing old news formats, but with the things that you would imagine you'd watch on the internet. It's like, today we were downtown talking with the mayor about the new squirrel program. When asking about the squirrels, the mayor, and they talk to them, and the mayor's like, sometimes you got to take care of the squirrels because they can be a little nuts. And they're like, ha, 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 back to you in the studio. And I'm like, what the? Why is anyone watching this?
To be fair, I'd watch that segment.
Well, of course you would. Oh my God, dude. So on Geekenders, we had Preach on. And I was talking to him. I don't remember if he mentioned it during the show, but I was talking to him before about World of Warcraft. And I was like, look, dude, I'm relying on you to give me the lowdown on the new WoW expansion. Because when I talked to Crendor, this is our conversation. I'm like, yo, did you enjoy the game? He's like, yeah, well, I got to the second zone, and I spent 25 minutes looking at lizards. They're really cool lizards. They're very, very good lizards. Yeah. I'm like, that's all he talks about. And the funny thing is today when I logged into, I think it might have been Twitter or maybe Reddit, I saw a post about like, these guys are great. And it was those same lizards that you were looking at. And I was like, wow, the lizards really got the people. And
Dude,
so I was like,
that's the hard-hitting things people need.
Apparently, I guess I'm the outside. People want squirrel news and they want lizard views, and I apparently am not that.
I did listen to the podcast, at least the entire WoW segment, which was like 75% of the podcast.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how long we went on about WoW. I was like, poor Dodger, she has no context.
Yeah,
for
just
any
like
of
a
this.
Dodger every so often. She's just like zoned out.
Yeah,
completely.
at one point she got up and left the room.
Yeah, she's like, I played a classic WoW, and I'm like, oh God.
Yep.
All right. But yeah, I actually liked hearing his opinion on the story and stuff, because I'm not gonna lie, I skipped every cutscene, whether it was in game, like just cinematic, skipped everyone.
That's what I was talking with Davis about. Friday we filmed Scary Game Squad, and I was like, so how are you enjoying it? And he and I were talking about it. He's like, I'm gonna let you know, I love to read all the lore. I love to read everything that's going on. I realized I could skip 90% of it because it's all repeating. They just repeat the same information. And I was like, yeah, I mean, the reason they do that is because they assume most players will skip the vast majority of what's happening in the game.
Oh, yeah.
That's why the cutscenes reinforce something you've already seen like 4 times.
Yeah, it's for people like me.
Absolutely. No, I mean, you are 100% the problem.
Yeah.
You're the person who's like, story, no way. The real story, what are these Tuskar up to?
To be fair, that is still a story. It may not be the grand overarching story, but there's still a story there. All right?
Sure.
And so, yeah, I was listening to him. I'm like, wow, you know what? Maybe I should play through this story. It actually sounds pretty all right. But I probably won't. Or if I do, it'll be like in a while. I might actually, you know what? I might do it this week because I've got 3 level 80s now. And then they got the Dark Moon Fair buff. So I'm going to get like 25% bonus experience. I may as well, go through it and then get a bunch of experience.
Him saying that you're leveling, like he's like, you level really quickly. That's the one thing I was like, well, maybe I go back and try it.
Dude, yeah, I completed the entire first zone. I was level like 75 already. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I am very curious. Again, like I was saying to him, I'll give it a few weeks to see when like the hate starts to come, because it will. I mean, no matter what, it will.
Oh yeah.
The question is like, what is the hate? You know what I mean? Like, people are gonna make videos, and the videos can either be like, here's 10 problems that are like game breaking, or it could be like, I didn't like in this one scene a character said this thing, and it really rubbed me the wrong way. If that's most of the critique, then I'll play it, because that's just people being idiots, right? Like if they're like, the game actually is trash, then I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'll wait.
I made a video called The War Within, Good or Bad, My Early Thoughts. So it's like,
I was going to watch that, but I was afraid of spoilers.
Oh, I don't spoil shit. All right.
Okay.
I literally open it up. I'm like, listen, I don't play story. And I was like, we're only like a week or something in. So like, every expansion, everyone at the start's like, it's amazing because it's all new. You haven't really gotten whatever.
Right.
And I swear to God, the amount of just brain dead, terrible comments, it drove me insane. Like, and a lot of times you don't see them when you actually click on the video because all the good ones get upvoted and the bad ones get downvoted. But on the YouTube tab, every time you like go there, they'll show like your 3 newest comments. And I just happened to keep checking on some of the worst. It was bringing me back to like 2012. Like the amount, it was like one guy's like, he said the expansion's good. It hasn't even been out long. And I said, I literally in the video go, so far, I think the expansion's pretty good, but obviously we're at the early stage. Like the dude listened to one thing and heard what he wanted to hear and then went, ah! And then decided to write a comment on it, which really just shows you the amount of people that do this, not even here, but like in life where they'll listen to something and just be like, oh, they said that thing. That's what I want to hear. And then they just write that shit. They hear what they want to hear and they just pick and choose shit. Then there's the guy. All right. This other one, I was like, whoop. This guy goes, man makes video about game without knowing names of zones and dungeons, Lamau, which it literally was like, I was like on the spot, like, oh yeah, what's the one name of that zone? And I had to like look it up and I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. This is literally the common equivalent of like, he said there instead of there. He used the wrong there. So it's his entire argument's invalidated. Like,
there's,
okay.
Oh my God, I got to find it. I downvoted it because I was like, nah, I'm not letting you have the top vote here. But some guy on the Preach video was like, brought on the worst guest to talk about World of Warcraft. The quality of this podcast has gone down. Like just roasting the podcast for having Preach on. I was like, if I trust anyone to talk about WoW, it's probably him. Like, what are you talking about? That man, all he does is play MMOs. You're out of your mind.
There's just like this, I don't know, it bothers me more than most normal YouTube comments because like if it's just some YouTube guy, it's like, these videos suck. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. But if it's like, you can tell the people comment these things, like they don't play the game, number one, all right? They haven't watched the video, number two, and they're just like, they're like in an emotional, like, they're set in their mind of what they're going to say and how they are, and they're just like, opinion. And that's like, oh, they're just trying to like get their opinion to everybody else, which is also what they hate when people tell them what to believe. And they're just like, don't tell me what to believe. And meanwhile, they're just like, so here's what you should believe because this is what I believe. It's just like the most hypocritical, it just like fries my brain.
There's a problem that happens. And honestly, I think it's because there's a lot of young kids. I mean, I would guess the age of a lot of people saying that stuff is they either skew young or I'm going to give them credit that maybe English isn't their first language and so they don't get the intricacy of saying I can like something and still have problems with it, right?
Oh,
like,
I disagree. These people are definitely like 40. They're the amount of people I even see in like just any community of like Warhammer. I swear to God, the amount of Warhammer people I'd be like, yeah, Age of Sigmar's pretty fun. They're like, it would be fun if they didn't kill off fantasy back in '98. Now let me tell you, it's like holy shit. It's like this. It's like the game's practically his ex that like screwed him over and keyed his car or some shit, like burned all his belongings, and he's just like. Ugh.
That sounds correct. Yeah, that sounds. Let's be real.
No, okay.
They're probably just unbearable.
Last comment I got that I was like, this guy said, the game is not worth anyone's time or money. Blizzard has been gaslighting everyone for so long that they are now easily exploiting your apathy and hope to get a good Blizzard product again. And I was like, I just like farming mounts and looking at stuff.
Yeah. You're getting what you want out of the game. Them saying that you aren't having a good time is nonsense. Like, anyone can enjoy anything. And I truly do not understand. So a great example is Star Wars Acolyte came out and I didn't like it. I was like, it's all right. It's pretty mid. I thought the ending, I wasn't a fan. And it got canceled and I posted, hey, I loved this, and this about it. However, I think the writing and the editing and the production was just jank and it ruined the whole thing for me and I'm not a fan of it. The result of me posting my honest feelings were comments that were like, why'd you write this, dude? What were you trying to say? Just say what you really mean. We know what you think. It was garbage. Just say it. Just have the balls to say it. And I was like, but I just wrote in what I thought was an eloquent way of how I felt. And like, no, just say it sucked, dude. Many people liked it. It just wasn't for me. Like, I'm not upset over this. Like, this isn't affecting my life. Y'all want to know what I thought? This is what I think. I'm not too fazed by it. And people are just like, just say it. just say that you hate it like us. I'm like, I don't hate it, guys. Like, it's not my personality to be like, it's the worst thing ever. The worst thing ever is people who back into parking spots at the fruit smoothies.
Oh my God, yes.
They're the worst. Yeah.
I had one the other day. I couldn't even pull into a parking spot because instead of the pulling in, the guy just had the back in. I was like, holy shit. I was going to lose my mind. I had to like sit in the main way to get down the parking thing while this guy's like backing in and there's like cars behind me. So I was like, I don't even care. I just like went down another lane and like went into the thing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely insane.
There's things in life that I can dislike more than entertainment. Like, again, it's entertainment, and not all entertainment is geared towards everybody. Hey, if you don't like WoW, you can be like me and just not play it, guys.
That's insane.
Like, it's like, you can just stop. You don't even have to complain. You don't have to be like, Blizzard is stealing your money. Like, yo, Activision, I don't like Activision, but like, I'm not gonna sit here and fight you over it. Like, it doesn't matter.
It's one of those things where people I think have played it for so long that it's like it's a part of them at this point. Like they've invested time into WoW at some point, and so there's like an emotional attachment still to where they're like, I played it back when it was like this, and I don't like that it's not like that anymore. And it's like, that's cool, and it's not gonna be like that again. So you just move on.
That's the biggest thing. You're right. You're absolutely right. It will not be like that again. The moment that you had is gone. Let it go, man. Remember and enjoy the shit you loved. Like, I will always remember the fun that I had in WoW. Like, you can't take that from me, but don't get upset because it's like, it's not what I want at the moment. Like, let it go. Hey, baby, let it go.
You can even go play the old version.
It's there. It's true. You're right.
You know what? I played
You're right.
it, and I loved it. I leveled 5 Taran shamans in classic WoW past level 20. Let me tell. I can tell you the route from Mulgore to the Barrens to like Hillsbrad that I've done like numerous times because I'm insane. All right, and I love it. I love classic WoW, but guess what? I like retail WoW. I like both. So it's just like, I think I like both, but it's I don't know. I hate the toxicity of like the constant negativity of it. Where it's like, I wouldn't care if someone was just like, yeah, I don't really like it. I don't like Blizzard. I don't like these games, so I don't play them. It's like, okay, cool. Right? But it's just like the people are like, yeah, I'll play it when they change. And like it's like their personality to drive their point into the ground.
I mean, it's the same thing. Every time I talk about Final Fantasy 14, you're like, I just don't care. And I'm not going to be like, dude, no, it's so good. You got to play. Like, my man said he wasn't into it, so I'm not going to make it like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
and I'm not like, this game sucks. Let me tell you how I'd change it to make it better. I'm just like, no, I just don't like it. So I'm not going to play it. People also work very much in absolutes. It's like, is it good or bad? Is it like this or that? Is like, are you on this side or this side? And it's like, you can be like, I don't know, 60% this way, 40% like, this game's okay, but I like doing this. I don't really like that. It's like, they're like, no, it's either good or bad. You have to pick a side. And it's like, it's such a, and I think that feeds into it, right? The internet and all that, like people giving their opinions and like fandoms and joining sides, whatever. It's like, it's all absolute or nothing. And if you try to be like, I think this thing's okay, they're like, so you're on that side, or you're this belief, or it's like, what?
I'm gonna blame influencers a little bit on this too.
Yeah.
I mean, even going back to TB, there was a time period where, to many people on the internet, TB's word was like God. If he said something sucked, suddenly people out of the blue would be like, it sucks.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd be like, well, why do you think that? And it's like, and they give you a bunch of reasons, but really it's because they watched a TV video where he said it was bad.
Yeah.
And none of that has changed. There are people with the same power today where their audience, who, again, I'm praying skews young, but probably not. And they genuinely, if someone says something, Skill Up is a great example. Skill Up does amazing reviews, but if that dude says something, out of the blue, people are like, agreed. Asmongold is another example. People are like, yes, absolutely, that's correct. I am with you on this opinion, and now it is my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just the power. Yeah, I mean, it happens all over the place with influencers. It happens everywhere. But it's like that power of someone said a thing, and now I agree, is like, it's kind of dangerous sometimes.
It is definitely kind of dangerous. I mean, even in sports. It happens all the time in sports. They'll be like, this quarterback, he sucks. And then everyone's like, he sucks. And then some like big talking head guy will be like, I'd say we just trade him. And everyone's like, yeah, we trade him. Trade him. And then he's like, never mind. I think he's great. And everyone's like, he's great. And it's just like, it's like a parrot. They're literally just like parroting the shit the person they respect their watch is saying.
It is a respect thing. If you respect someone, they say something, you're more likely to believe it. I mean, I think that's absolutely correct.
Yeah. And so...
And that goes back to when you watch the different WoW content creators, there will come a point, because content creation is a cycle, and you have to keep creating content. And so content creation means that eventually you have to be like, how do I drive engagement? Well, I can't keep saying how much I love a thing, so I have to find the things that are wrong with it in order to like drive engagement up. And then that will become things that are absolutely wrong with it. You know what I mean? Instead, it will start at like, here's 5 things that I wish they would change. And then those 5 things will become the gospel of what's wrong with the expansion.
Right.
And it'll just be the rest and my hope is those 5 things will be stupid, you know? Like, I didn't like this one zone because the colors were weird. I'm like, all right, see, that's, I'll play through that and have fun. I'm not too worried about that. But if it's, again, like, there's
you have to grind donkey tails for 8 weeks to get your shit.
If it's behind gates or there's weird stuff, then I'll be like, nah, I'm all right.
Yeah. It's funny because there's a WoW Reddit post, and it was like one of the top WoW Reddit posts, and everyone's like WoW content creators, and it was like, it showed Xalatath with her like weird like smiley face, like they had the face, and she's just like, WoW is back, and then it says like 2 weeks later, and it's her with a sad face, and she's like, why it failed.
Yep.
They're just like, then there's some guy like, eat it up, subscribers. And then the best part was, if you go, top comment is, meanwhile, Crendor, here are the pointless top chairs of Khazalgar.
My man, you staked out a territory.
And that's just a bunch of people be like, dude, Crendor's still around? Or like, I love Crendor. And then we did get mentioned. Someone said, I effing love Crendor. Him and Cox are so freaking funny.
Hell yeah, brother. I hope you're listening. You're keeping this show afloat, my man. You probably single-handedly.
And someone said, I asked Crendor to take the sock at the grocery store, and he got confused, and I ran away. Which, that's not the kid.
That's a listener. That's a
yeah, that's a Cox and Crendor listener. So
yeah.
So yeah, there we go. I love the fact that it's but that's the thing, right? Like, if you don't make videos based on like how the game is, like the gameplay mechanics and the raids and the PvP and like if you just go around and look at stuff and you appreciate the art, like that's always gonna be great. There's always stuff there.
The revealing thing there is all the people saying, I didn't know Crendor still made stuff or whatever. It's because you aren't in the ecosystem. Like, you're there, you're doing WoW content, but the ecosystem of MMO content is when something new happens, you react to the new thing immediately. So you're on all the feeds, and so, you know, like a great example is Final Fantasy 14, like, it's getting mixed reviews. People like certain things and hate other things. And again, it's like they restarted, and so they're like trying to find out where to take the story. So I get it. And you can have all the opinions you want. But every video for a good 2 weeks was like, is this the end? Mixed opinions on why it's bad. Like, lowest rated expansion? This is terrible. And that's what the content creation was. So then other people would make react content of those videos to then create more things of like, well, here's my opinion of whether I think it's good or bad. And eventually I finally completed it, and people come to me like, is it good or bad? I was like, you know, I enjoyed it. I can understand why people would be upset about things, because there's some things I didn't think were very good. But I had a fun time, because really, I was concerned about the fact that there was this MacGuffin thing that they were talking about, and that's going to lead to some really cool stuff. And I spent the entire expansion looking up the lore for it and trying to find stuff. And while there was definitely a story going on, I was not paying attention to that, because this thing's so cool, guys. And everyone's just like, yeah, that's Jesse, all right. I'm like, yeah, sorry. The main story didn't interest me all that much, but there's this side story going on where I'm super hyped that it exists, and we're going to get something really cool. And I thought everyone would focus on that, but instead y'all focused on this other thing, and that's, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's... dude, you remember React people? I almost forgot. Like, all the people just react to every video you did, but, like, you would post your video on their video. Remember that?
I mean, not only do I remember it, we mocked it. To the point
Well, yeah.
where we mocked it so early that now people mock art. Like, they do the same thing we did.
Yeah. we were the originals.
We're ahead of the curve. Our react to a react to a react to a react was it was genius. That was amazing work.
Yeah. So it's just I think also doing this for so long, like a lot of people started like 4 or 5 years ago even. So like
Right.
I've done it like 15 years ago. I was trying to be like, I gotta keep up with the WoW content, which funnily enough, all right, back then I remember hearing YouTube people be like, this game's dead. Like we were at Wrath of the Lich King, like peak Wrath of the Lich King, and people were like, game's dying, guys. Like it's over. And I was like, what? I don't think it is. I like playing. And then they're like, no, I'm gonna stop making videos. Like it's over. Like I remember being in it was like those IIRC chats or whatever they were.
Yes, yeah.
I was in one of those, for like WoW machinima creators, which back then you didn't even have YouTube. They're on like wowmovies.com.
Yep.
On like old ass website. And
Trying to get on the MMO champion front page.
Yeah. And they're just like, it's not what it used to be. Like back in Burning Crusade and early Wrath. Like I think it's dead. And I was like, I don't think so. And so like I was the only person making shit. So it's like,
but that's why it's so weird to me that the major content like everyone at the time when Cataclysm came out was like, wow, it's dead. This is totally different. It's ruined. I hate this. I don't want to play this. No matter what they say now.
Right.
At the time, every content creator was like, it's ruined. The whole ecosystem's dead. That's why I started making videos, because I was like, yo, I'm jumping in there. This is like when the stock market crashes. Like, I'm buying in.
We literally bought in when it was like,
yeah. I was like, hell yeah. No one's making videos. This is great. And that's why it's so funny to me that when they made Classic, they made Cataclysm Classic, and I'm like, hold up. That's the moment everyone who existed told me the game died. And now they're making it the Classic, which seems insane. But then people were like, hell yeah, I'm so excited to play. And I was like, I don't know how to react to any of you anymore. I don't know what's going on with y'all.
To be fair, I still don't think they should have did Cataclysm Classic.
I don't either. It makes no sense to me. It
doesn't
is
make
clearly a major change to the game.
They could have did Cataclysm Remix. Like Mop Remix was amazing. They could have did that, but they were just like, nah, so dumb.
Eventually the Classic servers would die though, right? Like if they just didn't keep updating them?
I don't think so. Like, there's still plenty of people that just like playing it, leveling, just like chilling. So, like, I said they should at least have one Burning Crusade and one Wrath server. And then, like, if people want to play them, they can play them. And people are like, they said it's hard to manage one server. I'm like, I think Blizzard can handle having one server. I think they can do it.
Yeah, probably hard to manage is probably code for we don't want to spend the money.
Yeah. Like, they're like, we don't want to separate the player base. I'm like, you're not separated. You got one server. All the people who want to play are on that server. Like, there's definitely people who would only play one of each expansion, so I didn't get that. But I was going to say, Mist Pandaria, everyone loves it now. Back then, people were like, it's a panda expansion for babies. It's an April Fool's joke, right? And now everybody loves it. I was like, did everyone forget? They probably did, because there's recency bias.
Of course. Again, Cataclysm came out, people hated it. Mist came out, people were like, this sucks. Right? Like, everything. The only one that I recall people being hyped for was Legion. Everything else, the entire time, they're like, this is garbage. This is trash. And then it would get closer to launch, and then I get excited because it's new content. And also, I bet there's some, like, if I'm not pretending to be excited, they won't invite me back for the next time kind of vibes. Mm. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's what a mess.
Yeah. So, listen, at the end of the day, I like looking at lizards, and I like mount farming. And that's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. Which, speaking of influencers, let me tell you.
Oh boy, yes.
Last night, I guess I saw a tweet, and ReviewBrah was going live with his radio show.
Dude, by the way, just while we're talking ReviewBrah, I watched him talk about the new, the new Chick-fil-A pimento cheese chicken sandwich. Poor man. He's gonna. I know he's very thin, but he does not look healthy. He is gonna kill himself eating all his fast food.
Yeah. Also, I noticed more often than not now he's just like, what a disappointment from this company.
Honestly, I like it. It shows all across the board the quality is declining. And everywhere he goes, he's like, it's terrible. I don't know why. It used to not be this way. And I'm like, bro, you're speaking my language right now. Yes, it used to be. I was talking again on Friday. I was talking to the SGS guys about McDonald's and how there was so we played a game that is kind of like a goofy McDonald's horror game that we found on Itch.io, which was awesome. Very, it's like a whatever game, but we were making a lot of jokes. But the commercial that plays in the beginning of it is you get a Big Mac for 99 cents. And it's clearly from the 90s. And I was like, F this game, F McDonald's. Like, everything's more expensive and tastes worse. How is this possible? So, yeah, ReviewBrah, keep doing it, dude. I know you're eating that terrible food, but I love watching him be like, I am immensely disappointed and will be writing a letter stating how disappointed I am. And I'm like, yes, let's go.
So he's done this radio show for so long. Like, he always promotes his radio show. He always plugs it in. He's like, even at the end of his fast food reviews, he's like, and reminder, yes, I do a radio broadcast. So I was like, all right.
Isn't that his channel name? It's not ReviewBrah. His channel name is actually his radio show, I think.
It's he's got Report of the Week.
I think it's called Report of the Week, right?
Well, he's got VORW Podcast. And I think it's Voice of the Report of the Week thing. So yeah, that's what it stands for.
Sure.
And he does his radio broadcast like it looks like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday at like just random ass times. And he's always on shortwave radio. Like, he loves shortwave radio, but he's also on, internet radio.
Again, if there's anyone ever to exist who looks like they'd be on shortwave radio, it's this man.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And you tune in, and I swear to God, he sounds even more like a 1920s transatlantic accent or whatever it's called, like podcaster.
Hello there, friends. Welcome. Like that vibe.
He's like, here we are, and the report of the week. We have Rachel emailing in from Utah, and she has requested I play a song that I will play right now. Here we go. And then he was just playing like just song requests. He played like that one Genesis song. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it said bap, 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 bap.
Oh, da 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 da. Yeah, I know what you're talking
that
about.
One. Yeah, he played that one.
And I like how neither of us know the lyrics to that song, but we know the music for sure.
I know he goes, that's all, at the end of the thing.
That's all. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So he played that. He played like a alternative rock song. He played some like 1960s song and something else. And he was like, that's the music portion of the show. And now we will continue on to the next segment. But remember, you can email at VORWpodcast@gmail.com. Here we go. And it's just like, I was like, dude, it's like I took a time machine.
I kind of want to steal that. I don't know how we'd make it happen. I don't know if we'd have to have an email set up, or we could. I want to do like, if you want to ask Crendor and I questions, email, and then we'll just create an email account, and then just people can email us, and we'll get the questions. And I feel like we should have a segment where we just answer one question a week from someone that's like, I don't know what the question could be. We'll just pull one.
We should.
And they'll be like, what do you guys think about the geopolitical situation on the moon? And then we just go. We'll just talk about it.
We can also just have people YouTube commented.
That's you know what? That's smarter. In the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way I don't have to give you guys an email and I have to check that email. Yeah, no, that works.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, just YouTube comment. Give us a question topic thing. And then now we'll pull a weather request and a random topic thing.
I love this. The best part is you'll be pulling it, so I have no idea what your baseline for questions is. We get some real winners. I'm excited.
We'll get some winners. Don't worry. This will be like in the newspaper, they'd always have like, ask whoever.
Yes.
Like, ask Sam Johnson. And he'd be like, here's my segment where I answer your newspaper submissions.
God, and then I hope we get some good ones like, so my girlfriend left me and I'm stuck with her cat. Am I the asshole? Like, I want some like good questions.
Yeah, we need some good ones. So there you go. This is an official segment beginning next week.
Beginning next week, it's happening. Yeah. Next week or until we forget it.
Yeah, which either one is
maybe before
possible.
Next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, in the recent YouTube comments, when I was looking for the weather and pulling it up, there's somebody who said, fun new drinking game. Take a shot every time they say, oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
It's got to be way up there. I mean, everybody's got their quirks, their little like things they say. Like a lot of people go like, a lot of people say, you know, a lot of people say, I guess we just say, oh yeah, 100%.
We also do say, look, here's the thing. We say that quite frequently too.
We say that all the time.
Yeah.
I was about to say, oh yeah, 100%, and I didn't.
I noticed that when you hang around people, especially us, we do a lot of talking. We pick up little eccentricities or whatever from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Dodger now will say things like, I mean, I guess we could ? And I used to say ? At the end of everything for a long time. And I feel like she just took that little bit.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I've heard people say classic because I always go classic, dude. Now I've heard people just be like, it's classic. And I'm like, oh, I've influenced.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is the type of an influence.
So I'm trying to think other thing. I think I picked up. There's a point where I listened to the Bill Burr podcast for a while, and he's always like, you know, or he's like, there's something else I picked up from him, or I can't remember what it was, but he definitely said, you know, he'd do his big rant, and be like, but you know, anyway. And then I think I picked up a Northern Lion thing that he did like years ago, and I think I still subconsciously do it, but now it's become such a part of me that I don't even know. I think that's the thing. If you keep doing that thing that you pick up for so long, then it becomes part of you.
Whoa, dude, you just sent me down an emotional rabbit hole. Oh my God. I just had like a whole thing flash in front of my eyes. I was on Reddit today and I saw the craziest thing. Oh my God. Like this guy's YouTube video where he did research into an Instagram poster. Dude, it is dark and weird. Apparently, there are people on Instagram who post AI generated kids and pretend their content's kids.
What the shit?
They're like, my mom lets me make this account, but it's like clearly AI and it's very weird. And he like deep dove into it and he's like, yeah, no. And the crazy thing is like half of them were from one dude. He like made a bunch of kid accounts.
That is really weird.
Yeah. I was like, but because it was done in YouTube, the guy who made the video used like weird filters and like creepy background to make it scary. When really the content isn't scary, it's just weird and kind of pathetic. Yeah. But like he made it very scary. And I was like, oh boy. So I'm sitting there enwrapped by the whole presentation like, dude, what is gonna happen? And it was just like a guy being a like genuine creep.
Right.
But it wasn't like
of those online.
He's killing these kids and taking over their bodies. It wasn't any of that. But it was, it was weird, that's for sure.
Is it Mr. Beast taking over these kids for $8 billion?
That's another thing is, oh man, I watched some guy, when they were doing the Mr. Beast content, and everyone was freaking out about Mr. Beast, which I think feels like it passed, which is strange, because everyone's like, Mr. Beast is the worst, he's like torturing his employees. That ended suddenly. No one's talking about that anymore. But there was a time where there was like 50, 60 videos a day about that.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes from the same dude. And you're like, wow, you are milking this, my man. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it's got Mr. Beast in it, they're like, this is Money Town, folks.
Oh, yeah. The amount of people who came out the woodwork to be like, let me tell you about Mr. Beast. I'm like, y'all seemed fine when you worked with him multiple times. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I hate streamers and YouTubers. Definitely the worst.
Yeah, streamers and YouTubers suck, dude.
Yeah, they suck.
The worst. Whoever's one of those, they're terrible humans. Just garbage people.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You know what's not terrible, though?
Factor, that's right. Factor meals are here to make your warmer, sunnier days a little less in the kitchen-y. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for all your summer fun activities with chef-crafted meals and options from Calorie Smart to Protein Plus to Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved, ready to eat in just 2 minutes, so you're not going to spend your warm summer days, which I guess for some of you, if you're a little more north, are becoming warm fall days. But no matter what, it's still warm, hopefully, for where you're at. And you don't want to spend all that time in the kitchen. You want to go out. You want to experience the last little bit of sunlight in the evening that you get. And in just 2 minutes, you can have a tasty, nutritious meal ready for you. 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week. I love the meals, but I'm not going to lie. The add-ons do it for me. You can get anything from juices to smoothies to granola-y things to sausages to chicken wings to sides of different meats. Honestly, those add-ons, I love them. Crush your wellness goals this month with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients you can trust. Make your day delicious from breakfast to dessert. Stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. And they're good. We're talking like they have a chicken pot pie pasta. Yo, it comes with cauliflower, broccoli on the side. It seems like it shouldn't be healthy, but it's still under the calorie count. It's great. It makes you feel full. Love that kind of thing. There's herb-crusted chicken, a Tex-Mex beef bowl. You can bump it up a little bit with a truffle butter filet mignon. Get yourself some potato leek mash and roasted carrots with that. There's so many things you can do here. And so many choices. And then if you want, you can add on cinnamon roll pancakes or a potato bacon egg breakfast skillet or whatever the hell makes you happy. It's there. They're all delicious. Keep the prep time to a minimum. Like I said, it's 2 minutes. No shopping, no prepping, no cooking, no cleanup. It's very easy. If you want to try Factor yourself, by all means, head over to factormeals.com/Cox50 and use code COX50, COX50, to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code COX, COX50 at factormeals.com/Cox50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. All right, Crendor, let's go to Chopper Steps Down the Crowd. Go. Whoa, that was a tongue twister. Chopper.
Hey, we're up in the chopper copter now, and I forgot to mention the mall snake lady story. She's not actually a snake lady, but you know those people that are outside the mall trying to get you to buy shit, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, so she was like, hey, do you guys want to buy this? They like, come on into the store, and we were like, no, and she went, and she like hissed at us like a snake. And I was like, dude, that's a snake lady. Back to you.
Thanks, Crendor. That was some good. That was some great traffic.
Yeah.
The other day I was at the mall, and this guy comes up with like 12 necklaces wrapped around his arm. He's like,
Yeah.
Sir, can I interest you in a necklace? And he had a snake vibe too. He had like a necklace, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Question: have snake people taken over malls?
They might have at this point.
That's something we're asking the audience. Have snake people taken over malls?
Yeah, now that's a question.
See, that's the kind of question we want you to ask us.
Exactly. Those are perfect questions.
Because we'll have answers.
Yeah, and you know what?
Because my answer, yes, I think they have.
I
Snake
agree.
people have taken over malls.
They've overthrown the mole people.
Yep.
Who clearly were in charge of the mall previously. And
Yeah,
now,
right.
All snake run.
It makes sense. And next, their natural enemy, badger people.
Yep. Well, will the Badgers take over as well? Find out. More at 11.
We might have answers. I feel like we need that interactiveness. That's the key to this podcast. Is you write us a letter saying like, dear Jesse. Oh, by the way, I request every question start with, dear illustrious sirs.
Mm-hmm.
With tears in my eyes, I ask you this question.
So the segment's called Dear Illustrious Sirs.
That's it.
Perfect.
Done. We nailed it. All right, let's go to weather.
Weather time. We've got a weather request for Augsburg, Germany, Bavaria. Fun fact.
Yes.
We are UNESCO World Heritage Site because our water management system, which dates back to the medieval times, still provides excellent drinkable tap water. We also have a king who is jokingly self-proclaimed king of our city. He studied, became an engineer, later geriatric nurse, and spends his time now on the street talking and helping other people.
I kind of love that.
That is pretty cool.
I like I think that's pretty fun. I wonder, when you say he spends time talking in the street, I assume just to strangers and not just ranting at people. I used to be important. Like, I assume it's something different.
Yeah. In Augsburg, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 81%. High humidity there. 30.06 inches of pressure. Visibility 9 miles. 6:34 a.m. sunrise. 7:57 p.m. sunset. Winds at 6 miles an hour. Dew point 62. UV index 0 with a waning crescent moon phase. Take a look at the 10-day. Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep. Sunday, 83, partly cloudy. Monday, 80 with some AM clouds, PM sun. Tuesday, 82, partly cloudy. Wednesday, 77 with scattered thunderstorms. Thursday, 75, mostly cloudy. Friday, 74, mostly cloudy. And Saturday, 79, partly cloudy. Sunday, 76 with some PM storms. And then it starts hitting the 60s with rain. I did just go there and I found a place called Grill and Chill.
It looks kind of like just a burgie place. Although, again, sometimes Europe makes me laugh. Like, there is literally a plate of food that I'm looking at right now, which contains 4 slices of salami, 2 slices of cheese, 2 slices of what I assume is rolled up turkey, 1 piece of lettuce, 1 slice of cucumber, and then 2 things of butter and 1 thing of ketchup.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that is. I mean, I guess that I mean, like, why? That looks like something I'd plated at home.
It does look like something you played on, but we have seen that in numerous places, like just throughout Europe.
Sure. That's what I said. Like, Europe just makes me laugh because I see that you went to a restaurant and you got like 4 slices of salami. Like, yeah. Bro, you could have.
Someone else, they got like an orange, a kiwi, a cucumber with like tomatoes, cheese, and like mustard.
Exactly 3 slices of tomatoes with sauces on it, and then like 2 slices of cheese. Yeah, I'm like. Meanwhile, other photos are chicken wings and burgers and you know what appears to be a fish maybe. And I'm like, okay, but also Grill and Chill kind of looks like a fast food place.
It's kind of like a fancy fast food.
Yeah,
vibe.
Which I mean I get, but also it appears to be across the street from a gas station. So I don't know
yeah,
how popping off this place is.
It's got some good play. 4.8 restaurant Sonnebogen.
Yeah, restaurant Sonnebogen.
Wait, okay, hold on. Look at this
Dude,
place.
that restaurant Sonnebogen.
There you go. That's restaurant Sonnebogen. It's got 4.8, but the food doesn't look amazing or anything.
Here's the thing though, dude. This is prime drinking. Every photo has beer in it. Every photo.
That's true. Yeah.
This is, people are, and all the food is straight up. Oh, see, here's the difference. If you scroll down far enough, there's a plate of the same turkey / salami. It's the same thing.
Right.
Except look at the presentation comparatively.
Yeah.
That looks like some sort of, I got it at a restaurant, even though it's the exact same contents as the other ones.
Yeah.
Except it just looks, they've gussied it up.
Yeah, I see
But
that.
still the salami, weird piece of lettuce, but they just made it look nice. The thing I'll say here, most of the menu appears to be prime German food. We're talking like currywurst and like schnitzels and things. This is, you go here to drink.
Yeah. There's people there saying awesome guys, great food, very nice place, excellent food, personal, very comfortable. So I think part of it's also the ownership or the people it seems like very local, like everybody knows these people.
Oh yeah, if you look at the photos of the actual restaurant, it seems small and very like mom's kitchen vibes.
Yeah, it does.
So I would bet it's probably very good. I mean, just looking at some of the meats and things, I'm like, yo, I could drink about 12 beers to this. I'm like, it is all deep fried and all meats. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd let this destroy me. I'm looking at one dish. It is potato pasta, some sort of gnocchi thing, but then like they put onion ring strips on it and then like put butter and or cheese on it. I'm like, yeah, I could drink a few beers to this. Dude, I'm telling you, steak manufacturer I think is the winner. This place looks so cool. It's underground.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's probably way too expensive. Cool. I'm looking, and again, they have a tray. Yo, never mind. This looks way better. They have a thing of meats here where like, if you scroll down enough, there's like 2 cups of different sausages, shrimpies. They got like, looks like dates covered in bacon, like a tartare. This is like the plate of meat, and then they have a bunch of breads to eat with it. Yo, this place slaps. I'd go there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, this place looks awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But again, it's really hard to screw up a steakhouse. Like, you have to actively try to be bad at it.
This almost looks like the stuff we've already seen, but with like a tea time like vibe going on.
The more I look at this food, the more I realize that last time I was in Germany, at some point, I think I've said this story a million times, but at some point I like was craving a salad. Like, I genuinely was falling. I was like, God, I just, like, even looking at the stuff here, lots of breads. there's some vegetables on these plates that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But most of it's like, here's a meat thing with more meat, or it's
Yep.
pickled vegetables. All I wanted was a salad. I was just like, guys, I had to go to a grocery store and buy salad ingredients to get a salad. I was like, I just want a salad. Oh my God, I just want a salad.
I mean, Cafe Zuckerschnuten looks like they got some salads.
I don't know if it's salads. It looks like it's a bunch of vegetables on a plate. I mean, that's fine. It looks good, but it just looks like they're stacking vegetables on a plate. Although I'm looking at one plate, it's croissant with like a bunch of fruit and stuff. That slaps. I'd eat that in a heartbeat.
I mean, what defines a salad? It sounds like it's a bunch of
No, I
vegetables on a
think you're
plate.
absolutely correct that I'm wrong in this. But when I want a salad, I want like the lettuce, and then I want the vegetables, and then I want like a dressing thing. Like that's what I want. And I know
see.
you do not eat dressing on salad.
Yeah,
You're one
I
of those
know.
people, which is why you're so thin. I get it. Don't rub it in. But I'm looking at this. This is like underneath there's some type of like rocket or something on top, and then there's one slice of pepper, 3 or 4 slices of cucumber, pickles, and then meat underneath it, then bread on the side.
Oh yeah.
Like there's one plate that's olives, but if you look underneath it, it's clearly an avocado toast situation.
yeah.
So it's like mostly bread underneath the layers of, the arugula and then a few pepper slices. I mean, like, it's not a salad. It's like, a vessel for which to put vegetables on. Again, I understand that people can claim, Jesse, it's not, it's still pretty salady. Sure. But it's not a salad. It's like another thing for very dense bread to be on. I'm gonna let you know. After 10 days in Germany, I was like, I just want lettuce. I just want lettuce. Yeah. Which is
Hold
a
on,
first.
this-
It's never happened to me before. I was like, I don't want anything fried. I don't want any more meat. No more potatoes. I don't want to drink anything. I'm not built for Germany. Germany, you go too hard.
They do go pretty hard. Well, then I gotta show you. This is Bob's Rockin' Bull Hammerschmiede.
Yo, I don't know what the hell this is, but I love it. And they have a genuine salad. All right, see, I would go there. I go to Bob's Rockin' Bull Hammerschmiede.
Yeah.
It's a bowling alley. Yo, is a bowling?
Wait, hold on. Hammerschmiede Clay Pit? The Hammerschmiede Clay Pit is a fossil-bearing locality in Povorsen, Bavaria, well known for discovery of Danuvius Guggenmosi.
Right. I mean, obviously, everyone knows that.
What is
Yo, never mind. This place slaps. Even though it's basically a bowling alley / restaurant, the pizzas look delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, these pizzas look so good. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually do look really good. It says Hammerschmidt is a forge or owner of Smiths of Hammers. So maybe it's like a forge type thing.
Maybe. I mean, it has. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the vibe of this place is, but yeah, I'm feeling it. And yeah, they just have genuine ass salads. Thank God. I'm looking at these like, while looking at this food, I was like, God, I just want a salad. Now I see one. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Like out of all the places, the bowling alley's the one that has
Here's
the
the
genuine
salad
salad. That's pretty good.
Feeling that.
Yeah. That's the weather.
Okay, let's go to sports.
Sports. College football started up today. All the college football, which really reminded me of why I don't really care about college football that much, because it's like there's the 5 colleges that are insanely good. There's like 20 that are pretty good, and then there's everybody else.
That
And
sounds right.
it's just like Texas played Colorado State. Guess what the score was? 52-0. And it's like, I guess I saw like Tennessee versus Chattanooga. Like Tennessee was up 45-0 at halftime. Ohio State beat Akron 52-6. Like just cancel the game halfway through at that point. Just be like, yeah, we surrender. It's over.
Yeah. Ooh.
And so it's plus like a lot of college football. I don't know. I'm not a big college football person. However, I did put it on because I love the vibes of like football being on. So I was
Is
just
it
like,
weird
yeah.
that I'm in the same boat with you, but completely flipped when it comes to basketball?
Oh yeah, I get it.
I like college basketball way more than professional basketball.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, and then if you watch it, it's a much worse product. But maybe I think That might be why. Like, everybody's kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just throwing up a 3 and they miss it. And then they're like, oh, try the layup. I'm like, whoa, he got it. Like, yeah, I like the vibe. So, listen, the NFL starts Thursday. That's when I'm ready. We got our football podcast Tuesday. I got fantasy football draft Tuesday night. It's going to be good. I'm ready. This is the year. I actually won one year, but I'm going to win again.
This is the year I win one more time.
This is the year I win one more. It's literally the 4 of us from the podcast, and we have 8 people who are like our Patreon people. And we like randomly pick from like all the Patreon tiers, and then we got 8 people, and we're like, are you actually going to play? And they're like, yeah. And we're like, cool. And we know they'll play because they listen to a football podcast.
Right.
So that's always fun. And then we got baseball, which, again, we're getting down to the final stretch. Only like 20-something games left. You got the Yankees and the Orioles battling it out in the East. Guardians up in the Central by a couple games. You got the Astros up on the Mariners in the West. And then in the National League, you got the Phillies on top of the East, the Brewers on top of the Central, and the Dodgers on top of the West. And we're getting close to my favorite time of the year, which is like basketball, baseball, hockey, and football all going at the same time. I love it. So great.
How do you keep up with all that?
I've done it since I was a kid. So
right, but I mean, like, you're not invested in everything. You're just kind of like keeping up.
I usually... The way this works, baseball, I'll just put on the radio if I'm like driving.
I mean, it's the perfect radio sport. There's no reason to actually watch it.
Yeah, no. I'll put on the radio if I'm driving, and then later that night, I'll be like, oh yeah, that game, and I'll like look up YouTube highlights, and I'm like, cool, that's good enough for me. You like skim through, be like, I know something happened here. Wow, there it is. Okay, anyway. Football, I do watch because it's like once a week. So like I'll watch the actual games. Then basketball, kind of a similar thing. I'll listen on the radio sometimes, or like I'll watch the highlights. And then actually, you know what? I do that with hockey. It's really just I'll listen or tune in for a bit, and then I end up watching highlights. Football is the one where I watch the whole game. That's mainly how I keep up. So that's sports.
Now y'all know. Now you can keep up with Crendor. Wow. Keeping up with Crendor this fall on ABC.
Oh my! Speaking of this like random show, dude, I was watching Home Improvement again.
Why? What? How? What was the purpose?
I remember watching it back in the 90s, and I was like, dude, I kind of want to watch a Home Improvement. So I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I was like, now this really is a 90s sitcom. Mm-hmm. It was just Tim Allen being like, oh, Wilson, I'm having an argument with my wife. What do I do? And he's like, Tim, you need to do what the ancient Mesopotamians did and apologize.
Yep.
And then he's like, oh. And then he's like, Jill, I turbocharged the dishwasher. And she's like, well, you did what? And then it explodes, and all the kids are like, whoa. And he's like, oh. And it's like, bam, bam, bam.
I do feel like that kind of show, along with Family Matters with Steve Urkel, like every one of those shows, and I wouldn't recommend going back to watch, just take my word for this, but every one of those shows at some point loses the plot. So like Family Matters at first was about Carl Winslow's family, right? And it's like, yeah, my family and all these different things. At some point, people liked Urkel enough that the show basically became about Urkel. Same thing with Tim Allen. Tim Allen, the show was about his family, his kids, the show, but then eventually the show becomes like, I'd supercharge the dishwasher, honey, and everyone's like, oh no, and then it just keeps happening. He's like, I supercharged the lawnmower, honey. And that becomes like every episode there's another bit that he's done, like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. And it's kind of like this show just became goofs after a while. Yeah. And that's probably why the show's all a fail in the end, because it's like, this wasn't what the show was.
Yeah. Well, at the start, it was like he'd have one little moment like that. Then I think as the series goes on, they just kind of, they like run it into the ground, or they're just like, what if we have other characters do stuff where it's like Wilson comes over and talks about his problems of like whatever, and then the kids grow up, and then they're like, remember Mark? He was like, I like helping, and now he's like, I'm emo and I hate my family. And they're like, okay.
That sounds right. Yeah.
It's just like they start writing random shit, and you're like, okay, whatever. So yeah, I don't know, but I watched 3 episodes. That was good enough for me. I was like, that was fun. Now I'm done.
I love that you took the time to watch 3 awesome episodes.
I
That's
did.
fine. All I did last night was watch maybe 12 episodes, not episodes, but videos of this guy on YouTube who reacts to things while he's high, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Dude, he reacted to, here's what I'll say. Everyone go look up the video. His name is Mr. Video. And it's Mr. Video reacts to Mozart. Holy shit. Imagine he gets so, like, he leans back. And as the song starts playing, it's like he disassociates. He like his eyes glaze over, and he's definitely feeling something. He has gone to a different place. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's just boom, 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 boom. And the dude's like, what's he doing to me, man? It's so good. Oh, I just watched so many of those last night. I was like, this is good stuff.
That is good stuff.
Yep.
That's also sports.
Yes, sir. All right, what's our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. This one actually correlates to the weather a bit. There's a Lego bridge in Germany that you can walk across.
What?
So here's a picture of it.
Okay, all right. So it's a bridge painted to look like Legos.
I guess so.
There's no way they made that. That's too big. It looks like it's painted to be Legos.
Well, let's see. The German town of Wuppertal is home to Lego Brücke, also known as Lego Bridge, a bridge that looks like it's made out of candy-colored Lego bricks, providing a foot and bike way for those looking to cross over the street below. Despite appearance, the bridge is not made of giant plastic bricks,
Right.
You're right, but concrete, and was painted to look like Legos by street artist
does
Martin
look-
Hewald.
Very much like it's made of Legos, though.
It does.
But it is so it could. There's no way anyone anywhere would be like, yeah, make a bridge out of Legos and drive traffic across it. It's fine.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that. It's, but hey, it like pops. It pops hard.
It does look cool. I like how, for those of you who have ever played with Legos, you can stick the Lego tops in the holes or between the holes. And what they've done here is they stuck it between the holes so you can see kind of the outside edges. I love that. It's a very creative choice.
Yeah.
It makes it look more Lego-y.
It does. And oh, by the way, I saw there's like some Lego thing now. It's like you can build the Eye of Sauron. Like that shit's
Well, of
wild.
course you can. Yeah.
I wonder how much that is. Eye of Sauron Lego. It is Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr. I think this is it. Yeah, there it is. It's $450.
Damn, you know what? There is a point where it's almost too much.
I feel like they've hit a point where it used to just be like Legos for kids, but then they realized that a lot of people play with Legos as kids, have grown up, and they're like, man, I wish I could like play with Legos again. And they're like, what if we just made some crazy ass shit and charged a bunch of money? And they're like, all right. And then I think it just works because everyone's like, dude, nice. And I mean, I think JP built some like Lego Millennium Falcon, didn't he?
Yeah.
I saw him doing that.
I built a Lego dinosaur for Horizon Zero Dawn. It took me 4 days. I'm not great at Legos.
To be fair, this Barad-dûr tower looks awesome. It's got the Eye of Sauron. It actually like moves around.
Some of their bigger high-end ones are amazing. Absolutely. But it's also kind of like $400 though. Man, that's too much.
It is a lot.
I'll build it, then it's just going to sit there.
Yeah. You do get Lego
It'll just
Gollum,
take up
though.
space.
You do get Lego Gollum.
Never mind. I'd pay $400 for Lego. Hold on. I need to look this up. Lego Gollum.
He's in the Barad-dûr set. Just look up the Barad-dûr.
Holy shit. Yo, Lego Gollum rules, dude. Yo, I love this guy.
That's what I'm saying. Lego Gollum's awesome.
This dude is my precious. Look at this dude. I love this guy.
Dude, oh my god, they have Rivendell. Rivendell's $500. Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's no Lego Gollum, dude.
It's true. It's no Lego Gollum. That's for sure.
Yo, I love him. He looks so goofy. Wow. Shout out to Lego Gollum. One of my favorites. I've never seen anything like that in my life. That thing's awful looking. I love him. He's so ugly. I love him.
I also love, hold on, if you go to the Lego page, all right, and you see this guy building it, that looks like the last person I would expect to be building Legos. Like, it's the dude's like wearing a sweater, and then he's got like he looks like he's never built Legos in his life. He's like in a crate and barrel home. Like,
yes, the home is the scary thing. It looks like he broke into someone else's home to set up this, and he's gonna leave it there and run away.
Yeah,
and people are gonna come home from their vacation and be like, "What the hell?" Because there's no way anyone under the age of 50 lives in this home.
Oh yeah, no way. He looks like he'd play a serial killer in like a reality show or something.
Yeah, he looks like the guy in the Netflix show that's about like, I love my boyfriend, but he also beats up my brother all the time.
Yeah. No, 100%. And it looks like he tried to get that part, and they're like, "Oh, we got someone else." So they're like, "We'll hire you for the Lego shoot." And he's like, "All right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Can I have this when I leave? No, you can't.
Yeah, look it up. It's under the Lego Baradur thing. If
It
anyone
even
wants to
comes
see
with
it.
the little tiny one ring. That's so funny. What would you do with that?
Yeah,
You'd
I don't
lose
know.
that instantly.
Oh yeah, that thing's gone. That's long gone.
Meanwhile, they have a Millennium. No, dude.
What?
This is so funny. Stop this.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy an evil Millennium Falcon.
An evil Millennium Falcon.
An evil Millennium Falcon, and the characters present, it looks like Darth Vader is wearing white, so I guess he's supposed to be the good guy.
Right.
Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord. This is amazing. I think that's supposed to be Leia as a Dark Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
These are so funny. Stop. I can't believe this is real. This is actually quite clever. I love this. This is fun.
Yeah. Dude, they got a Zelda Deku tree. This is actually crazy. They got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, this is actually super fun.
Yeah.
I love this. This is cute.
Well, that's the fact of the day, I think. I don't know.
Hell yeah. All right. What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day.
Day.
This is a great one. Ikea sets record for world's largest pajama party with over 2,000 employees participating.
How much you want to bet they got a letter that was like, "It is mandatory that you be here for the pajama party"?
They probably did, yeah. IKEA employees gathered in their pajamas to celebrate the beginning of a new initiative focused on improving sleep. In doing so, 2,052 employees in Almhult, Sweden, broke a Guinness World Record for the most people wearing two-piece pajamas in a single venue, according to the company. What a specific record.
Yeah.
We're thrilled about this collective effort coming together to highlight the importance of sleep. The managing director of IKEA Sweden, Fredrika Inger, said, "Good sleep benefits everyone, and we believe prioritizing it can genuinely make a difference. Small adjustments like choosing the right pillow or lighting can lead to big improvements. Our goal is to make these accessible to everyone because good sleep is something everyone can achieve." Here's all of the people in their pajamas and a bear.
It is a lot of people. I don't know that any of them got good sleep. I'll be real with you. 2,000 people. Also, how long did the pajama party have to do? Because this photo is taken during the day.
Oh yeah, it is. I don't know
So,
how
like,
long.
do they consider a pajama party just get in your pajamas and hang out for 10 minutes so we can get the record? Or do they stay overnight and, like, do hot goss?
They did not. They probably stayed for a few
No?
hours.
All right. Gotcha.
Employees don matching blue short sleeve tops and pants with yellow trim. Shown on the limited edition pajamas are veggie balls with lingonberry jam and gravy motifs, a tribute to the iconic Swedish meatball. The furniture and home services company conducted a life at home report revealing that 55% of people rate sleep as their most important activity for well-being at home. The successful attempt at a record was part of IKEA's program to create bedroom decor designed to improve sleep. Our solutions cover all 6 areas proven to be essential: sleep, comfort, sound, light, air, temperature, and decluttering. The company said it has a rise in customer interest in sleep over the years, and we are on a journey to innovate our range of sleep products to improve every aspect of the home. I feel like they've just said the same thing like over and over again.
I mean, they're basically saying we did this to alert you all that sleep is good, and the best way to get sleep, come to our store and buy sleep materials.
Yeah. To be fair, it's a pretty fun way to do it.
I mean, yeah. It is a way, for sure.
Yeah. In the comments section, as you might expect, there's some interesting comments, such as, Ikea sets record for world's largest waste of time. And what a waste of time. Absolutely pointless considering the state of worldly affairs. Like, listen, what do you want? What do you want them to do?
We're not saying no. They all love going to the sleepover, guys. Like, no.
Yeah.
But with that said, like, they're not going to go out there and like solve the Middle East. Like, they're not going to be like, guys, IKEA has decided we are going to bring peace to the Middle East finally.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know, I don't think that's in their purview of customer satisfaction.
They could have done a much better job. They should have brought peace to numerous places, not just the Middle East.
Yeah, the Middle East is just one place. They could bring peace everywhere, dude.
That's what, dude, I get it. There's some people, you could do anything and they would still complain. Like, you could, like, some people are just going to complain to complain. That's how they are.
Yep.
But not around here. 'Cause we're all about positivity and being positive.
Good stretch, buddy. I felt it. I felt it from over here.
Yeah, that's what they say. I'm a beacon of positivity.
Yeah, man.
And that's the big news story of the day.
All right. Well, that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening or watching. I'm enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit them with the socials.
Boy, have we got socials. YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. All one word. You can listen to all the podcasts. We got a lot of them. Also, you go to youtube.com Cox and Crendor. That's where all the animations are. Also, you are on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and numerous other podcast sites. Also, we got our main stuff. YouTube Jesse Cox, YouTube Crendor, Twitch Jesse Cox, Twitch Crendor, Twitter Jesse Cox, Twitter Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, Patreon Jesse Cox, Patreon Crendor. Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor's taken. TikTok Jesse Cox, TikTok Crendor. YouTube Warhammer Crendor. YouTube Cox Clips, YouTube Cren Clips. Beep. Bop. Boom.
See you all next time. And as always, woo, to be continued.